Welcome back to the vlogs, where today we're going to be spending the last remaining hours here in Singapore before taking a flight from Singapore Airport to Bangkok in Thailand, ticking off country number 3. But right now we're going to head back to East Coast Park, which is where I did the park run on Saturday to get some really cool drone shots of the coastline so you can see all of the shipping container ships. And then we're going to take a taxi from the Grab app from there to the airport before exploring the airport for the final time. It is one of the best looking airports in the world, so we definitely need to take a look around before we get the flight. Then we're going to fly over to Bangkok before finding our hotel, and then if you've got enough time, we'll hopefully be able to go out for a meal there. So we have finally finished packing. It took us about an hour, maybe even an hour and a half, but we've got our big bag, our hand luggage, and there's Beth's big bag and hand luggage too on the other side. This is definitely the worst bit with traveling, is packing and unpacking, and then I'm gonna have to unpack my hand luggage to get the drone, which is near to at the bottom, and then have to repack that whole bag again. So that is a bit of a nightmare, but we're gonna order the Grab now to get us from here to East Coast Park. So we've based up camp here on this bench. Beth's got some snacks out too. I've got the drone set and ready to go. So let's take it off and see whether we can match just how good the drone shots were from the other night. I doubt it. We'll get some cool little beach shots and hopefully some shots of the cargo ship too and over the park. But let's get flying. So we've got the drone shots, some pretty cool shots too of the coastline. I didn't actually think the coastline looked that nice on the park run compared to some of the other Asian countries, but it actually looked pretty good. But we're now going to head off to get another Grab taxi to the airport. The first one cost about £6, maybe just over £6, and the next one is just going to be over £10 too, I believe. And then we'll go and check out the airport. So we've arrived here in Singapore Airport, and they've got all these really high-tech bag drops. So Beth's just putting our bag in now, and then I don't actually know what she's got to do. She's got to scan a boarding pass or something, and then it'll send it down the chute. But I'm always happy when we get rid of these bags because they're just so hot and sweaty on your back, and they're so heavy too, so it's nice to just get rid of them. And there it goes onto the flight. Just checked in our bags and made our way through the gates into the main terminal, and we're a bit confused because there was no security, and then we've looked it up and the security is actually just as you're boarding at the gates. So we've got into the main airport, and the first things that we see is Tiffany & Co, a beautiful Louis Vuitton shop, Dior, and then some water features here too, and there's duty free in the background. So this airport is absolutely crazy. It's got so much stunning stuff. Look over here as well. I'll take you to this section. It's got the car and the Eiffel Tower in the background too. Absolute madness. Quite cool because there's loads of different gardens as well. We just went into the water lily garden, and we're now heading into the cactus garden, which is actually outside. I think it's part of the smoking area. Look at this, just loads of cactuses outside on the roof of the airport here in Singapore. If you're in London, all you get really on the top is just a smoking area, grey pad probably. I don't even think I've ever been into a smoking area because I obviously don't smoke. But someone will have to let me know down in the comments what smoking areas usually look like, because I can imagine they don't look anything like they do here. I just love how tropical Singapore is. So anything that's made out of concrete has a green layer basically almost put all over the top of it to make it look 10 times better. But it turns out that we're at the wrong terminal, so all these police have come to get Beth. We're now taking the Sky train across from Terminal 1 to Terminal 3 because we didn't actually check, but they changed the terminal that we're taking off at. But we've got plenty of time, so we shouldn't miss our flight. Look at how cool this is. They've got an airport-style hawker. So there's loads of street food and seating area too. In this airport hawker, they've actually got robots that are going around collecting any utensils and trays and all your food plates. Just ordered our food and Beth has gone for the basil tofu rice, which actually looks really tasty. That was just over £5. And then I have gone for the chicken bun like I had in China because that was amazing, but this time I'm not having it for breakfast. And some spring rolls. I also got the sauce which was on the counter, and I'm hoping that that is a sweet and sour sauce to have with the spring rolls and that it's not too spicy. But we're going to give it a try now and see what we think. Oh, it's quite hot actually. Oh, spring rolls are very hot and a little bit spicy as the sauce too. But that tastes really nice. I'm going to try a little bit of the chicken bun. I don't even know how to approach this. I'm just going to have to go for it with the hands like a burger. Didn't get much filling, but I'll give you my verdict at the end. I think I've just eaten some paper. That's no wonder. No wonder why it didn't taste very nice. I've just literally eaten some of the baking paper. Let me grab another bite to see what I think. Very flavoursome. I think this food's actually originally from Hong Kong, so when we go to Hong Kong, I'm definitely gonna have to try it because these are delicious.
Did it try and dodge it?
Eating our food and now are in a race against time as we're going to head to a 7-Eleven super quickly before we board the flight because we've got 20 Singapore dollars left, so we don't want to waste any of our budget. So we're going to try and head to a 7-Eleven, get some snacks, and then we can take them with us to Thailand. But right now everyone is boarding, so we're going for a quick power walk. Managed to spend all of the money down to the last dollar. We've only got $1 and about 3 cents left. Managed to get some Lay's, Oreos, chocolate, some more Hershey's chocolate. Can't go wrong with a bit of that. And just other small little bits. So now we're going to head to the gate and it looks like it's still open. So good news, we're going to be getting our flight. So we've finally gone through security just as we went through the gate and now we are boarding the plane. That is definitely a lot slower than when you in the UK do the security before you actually get through the airport because everyone's having to take all their laptops and all the gadgets out of their case before they board onto the plane. And we've arrived in country number 3, Thailand, in the city of Bangkok. I think we've been walking for about 10-15 minutes now, just trying to actually get out of this airport because it's so big. Got through security. It wasn't quite as efficient as it was in Singapore. However, it still only took 10 to 15 minutes to get through there. Now we are just collecting our bags before jumping on a train potentially to get to the centre of Bangkok. So still an hour away from the airport, which is not ideal, but hopefully we should get our bags soon and get going. On an escalator now, heading our way down to the airport rail link. For those of you that want to know the prices of everything, we flew with Scoot Airlines, which is a low budget airline there in Thailand, and it only cost us £100 each to get from Singapore to Thailand. And we have arrived at the Simplestay Chatuchak Hotel, and we're going to be staying here just for the one night before we head up towards Chiang Mai tomorrow on the sleeper train. So initially we got the CityLink train from the airport to the Makasan station. One thing to note is make sure to bring cash, as you need cash to be able to pay for the ticket. Don't worry too much about bringing small change, but if you do have small change, you are able to use the machines rather than having to wait in the queue to be seen to by an operator. The notes that the machines do accept are 50s, 20s and 10s, and then obviously the coins, which are lower, it also accepts those too. It only cost us £1.68 for that first journey, so it's quite funny. You get given these little tokens and then you have to put the tokens, scan them on the machine on the way in, and then you roll them in on the way out, so you lose your token once you've got to the station. It was a very busy train, however we did manage to get a seat on this one. Then after we got off at Makasan, we walked towards an MRT station called Fretchavori or something like that. This one was more like a tube line in London. It was super busy too, so we had to stand up in this area. However, it was really well air-conned, so you don't get too hot in there, which is perfect. It was also strange to see everyone wearing masks. I'm not too sure why people were wearing them, whether it's because they don't want to get ill from other people or whether it's of the pollution in Bangkok, as there could be lots of smog in such a big city. But this train only cost us £1.77 too, so we're already noticing a massive reduction in price. However, in Singapore, the MRT and the buses may be super cheap too, but we've not actually had the money through as of yet. We then made our way over to the Simplestay Chatuchak Hotel, which it's all right, it looks nice. We had to walk through a Best Western hotel first, which looked absolutely stunning. And unfortunately, we have ended up here. The first thing that the person on reception decided to tell us too was that the room was very small. So that's never a good sign that we're being told that before we've even got into the room. However, all we have paid for this room for the one night is £23.82. But I'll give you a quick room tour now. There's not much to it, so should be a pretty quick one. I won't show you the view because it is pitch black outside, but here's the room. So starting off with the bed, which is obviously there just in front of us. Then you've got some storage actually, which is quite smart, underneath the bed, so you can put some stuff down in there. You've then obviously got the coffee maker with water. That is a really important one for us. Water, you can't drink the water here in Bangkok, so we have to make sure that we drink bottled water or filter it through our Life Straw water bottles. Then there's me in the mirror. You've obviously got the sink here too with a hand wash. Then you walk through here and you've got the toilet. And then the shower. So it is actually a fairly modern looking room. It's just very small. But we're only staying here for the one night, so it's not too much of an issue. We're going to go and head to the hotel restaurant now for tea tonight. It's probably going to be more expensive than anywhere else in Thailand right now, but we can't be bothered to go and walk out because we're tired and we want to get into a bed. It's called The Market. I'm not sure what cuisine they do, whether it's lots of different cuisines or whether it is just Thai cuisine. We'll have to go and find out now. But one other thing to note quickly is that if you do get the Life Straw water bottles, I don't know if it's any water bottle in general, but on the plane, I've made the mistake twice now of opening it and going to drink it, and then it's like a little water fountain coming out the top. So definitely don't make that error, because I keep drenching myself every time I get on a plane. But instead, what you're going to have to do is twist it, let all the water run out of the filter, then put it back on, and then you can drink it. So it must be something to do with the air pressure and why it just shoots it out like a water fountain. But yeah, let's get to that restaurant now, because I'm bloody starving. We are here at the Market restaurant, which is literally the quietest restaurant I think I've ever been in. It's about 50, maybe 60 tables, of which there's only 4 people actually sat down. It is a really nice restaurant. It's just not busy at all. Quite a few people have also come in and basically been turned away because the lady said, oh, there's only one chef, so the food's going to take an hour to make for each person, which is a bit of a madness. But the food has finally arrived. Firstly, we'll go through what Beth's is. Beth has got the lovely, oh wait, she's already finished it. She had the pasta arrabbiata. That was very tasty, she said. And then I have got a ham and was it ham and mushroom? Ham and mushroom pizza is what I've got. So we'll give it a try because it better taste good after how long it took. It's probably taken about 35 minutes. But it's very hot. It's pretty nice pizza, to be fair. I've been craving some pizza as well, or something just different from Asian food. Maybe slightly undercooked, actually, a bit doughy, but I'm just going to eat it now because I just want to get to bed. And we are back from the restaurant. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't the best restaurant. There was people complaining about their Caesar salads. Everything took so long and the food wasn't really that great in the end. But we're not too bothered. We weren't expecting an a la carte restaurant for the night, so that's fine. The meal did cost us £11 though, which is actually probably more expensive than what most meals will cost us whilst we are here in Thailand. One thing we do also need to be careful of now is the mosquitoes, because whilst we're in Singapore, I don't actually think they're that bad. You don't really get bitten by many, but since moving to Thailand, I think there'll be a lot more opportunities for them to bite us. So we're gonna have to start putting on a lot of bug spray, probably the bands too that we've got, and the patches on our bums. But overall, it's been a big travel day for us, making our way from Singapore to Bangkok. Gonna miss Singapore. I did really enjoy it, and I definitely will be back. But next time I come back, hopefully I won't be on a budget so that we can go to some. Beth's currently trying to catch a mosquito. She's managed to get it though, that's good news. So apologies for that interruption. But yeah, as I was saying, I think Singapore will probably be the most expensive of the places on our trip. Hong Kong might get close to it, but we've not gone there yet, so I can't make a judgment on that. But I do hope you all enjoyed this vlog, and if you did, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new, and you can follow us tomorrow as we go on a 10-hour sleepover train up to Chiang Mai.